Poland's rise from the ashes of war and communism has been one of the most impressive transformations in modern European history. From being one of the poorest countries in Europe to becoming a thriving economy, Poland's story is one of resilience, strategic planning, and overcoming immense challenges. However, this success is not without its risks, and Poland's future may be threatened by forces from within. Let's dive into how Poland managed to become Europe's greatest success story and the challenges that may threaten to undo it all. Number 1. From devastation to Iron Curtain, Poland's troubles began long before the fall of communism. In World War II, Poland was the first country to be invaded by Nazi Germany, losing 20% of its population in the brutal conflict. After the war, Poland found itself under Soviet control, part of the Eastern Bloc as a satellite state of the Soviet Union. The nation suffered through 40 years of economic isolation, stagnation, and despair, with the Soviet Union imposing a centrally planned economy that severely restricted private enterprise. Poland became essentially a Soviet colony, subservient to Moscow's economic demands, producing goods based on the USSR's interests, regardless of their relevance to Poland's needs. The economy was poorly managed, marked by shortages of basic goods, inefficiency, and constant failure to meet citizens' needs. Number 2. A new beginning. The fall of communism in Eastern Europe in 1989 marked a new beginning for Poland. Emerging from the Soviet-controlled Eastern Bloc, Poland was one of the poorest countries in Europe, with highly dysfunctional infrastructure and public services. It had no experience with capitalism and was isolated from the global economy. The average wage in Poland was 10 times lower than that of Germany, and the country was grappling with hyperinflation. The idea of Poland becoming a major success story seemed implausible at that time. Number 3. Economic transformation. Fast forward to the 1990s, and Poland began to experience remarkable economic growth. By 1992, Poland had embarked on a steady growth trajectory, achieving the longest period of economic expansion in modern European history. This growth wasn't an accident. Poland managed to transition from a centrally planned economy to a capitalist one with remarkable speed. Unlike many other post-communist countries that struggled with corruption or oligarchs monopolizing wealth, Poland privatized state-owned companies gradually and avoided the pitfalls of economic collapse. As a result, Poland became the only post-communist country to experience consistent growth without falling into the hands of oligarchs. Number 4. Joining the EU. In 2004, Poland joined the European Union, which opened up significant economic opportunities. Being part of the EU allowed Poland to tap into Europe's vast market, removing barriers to trade and allowing free movement of goods and services. This was a game changer for Poland's economy, as Western European companies saw the potential of relocating their production to Poland, where labor was cheap and plentiful. The influx of foreign investment into Poland boosted its economy, and the country used EU funds efficiently to improve its infrastructure, from roads to universities. These investments helped Poland modernize much more quickly than many other Eastern European countries. Number 5. The middle-income trap. While many countries following Poland's trajectory fell into the middle-income trap, Poland has managed to avoid this fate. Countries that base their economy on offering cheap labor to foreign companies often stagnate once their low wages are no longer competitive. But Poland took steps to ensure its growth continued. In the past 15 years, Poland's economy has moved beyond basic factories and warehouses. The country has become a hub for high-tech industries, attracting companies like Google, which have set up research and development centers there. Poland now has one of the largest engineering talent pools in Europe, and the focus on innovation has helped the country avoid economic stagnation. Number 6. Inclusive growth. Poland's economic growth has been impressive, not just in scale, but in its inclusivity. While many countries experience rapid growth that benefits only the wealthy elite, Poland's success has been shared across society. the average wage has risen dramatically, and income inequality has remained low. Unlike many other countries that face growing social disparities, Poland's growth has been broad-based, lifting large segments of the population out of poverty. This inclusive growth model has set Poland apart from other European countries. Number 7. Military buildup. Poland has made impressive strides in bolstering its military capabilities, a critical area of focus given its strategic position between two of Europe's most powerful nations, Germany and Russia. Historically, this location has left Poland vulnerable to invasions and geopolitical tensions, requiring the nation to remain exceptionally vigilant about its security. While many European countries have scaled back their defense budgets in recent years, Poland has taken a different path. It has consistently maintained one of the highest military expenditures in NATO, prioritizing its defense amidst shifting global dynamics. The invasion of Ukraine by Russia has only further heightened Poland's sense of urgency. In response, Poland has committed to an unprecedented military buildup, pledging to increase its defense spending to a staggering 5% of GDP in the coming years, surpassing every other NATO member. This monumental investment is not just about numbers. It reflects a bold vision for Poland's future security. The country has already doubled the size of its armed forces and is working diligently to modernize its military infrastructure, expanding its arsenal to include advanced tanks, fighter jets, and cutting-edge equipment. By the end of the decade, Poland aims to establish itself as the dominant military power in Europe, poised to wield the most formidable ground forces on the continent. Number 8. Reversing the brain drain. A demographic shift. Poland's demographic situation has been a concern for many years, as approximately 500,000 people left the country over the last 30 years. However, Poland has managed to reverse this trend in recent years. There has been a reverse brain drain, with Poles and people of Polish heritage living abroad returning home. Additionally, Poland has welcomed over 1.5 million Ukrainian refugees, improving its demographic trends and providing much-needed labor to support its growing economy. Number 9. The middle-income trap. While Poland has made great strides in economic development, it still faces significant challenges. The country's reliance on foreign investment remains a concern. While foreign companies have played a crucial role in Poland's growth, most of the profits generated from these companies leave the country. This limits the potential for long-term, sustainable growth. For Poland to truly rise to the next level, it needs to develop its own domestic champions in high-value-added industries, something it has yet to achieve. The divided Poland. The greatest threat to Poland's future, however, may not come from external forces, but from within. The country is deeply divided between two factions, one liberal and progressive, the other conservative and religious. These divisions have become more pronounced in recent years, with increasing intolerance and a lack of willingness to compromise. The conservative government has faced criticism for undermining democratic norms and rule of law, resulting in growing tension with the European Union. If Poland's internal divisions continue to escalate, they could threaten its progress and make it harder for the country to unite in the face of future challenges.